Hey everybody, it's Renzo and welcome to today's video. Rivals of Aether 2 will be coming out with a special Fun for All update next Tuesday on April 7th. This update brings Slade, a new character, along with 10 new fun-focused stages, and the addition of items for a more laid-back approach to the game for anyone just looking to have some fun. To commemorate this, Aether Studios gave me and some other creators special access to this patch to give you previews at all of the content that's coming soon. In this video, I will be highlighting the more casual side of the update and will be going over each item and how they work, then giving my own personal tier list at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy! The first item is the Proximity Mine. When thrown, it deals a little bit of damage and knockback, and when approached, will blow up in an area around you. This item can also be dropped by pressing the grab button, and it can also stick to walls. When the mine is triggered, you can also crouch cancel the effects of the explosion to greatly reduce the knockback. Next is the Fruit Bowl. As the name states, it's a bowl of fruits. When thrown at a surface, it is broken and fruit with healing properties come out. You have to just walk over the fruit and you'll heal a percentage of damage. You can also pick up these fruits. However, at the time of this video, throwing the fruit at other people does not deal any damage or knockback. Next up is the Vine Ball. If you're familiar with Maple's main mechanic of wrapping opponents in vines, it functions the same way. Just throw the ball at someone and they become wrapped for about 1.5 seconds and are open to damage. If you throw the ball at someone and miss, don't worry, you can pick it right back up off the floor. Next up is the Power Drill. This drill is similar to Galvin's personal mechanic, setting up drills around the stage. However, unlike Galvin, these drills always have an active hitbox. It's also important to note that if you run up and parry someone else's drill, ownership of the hitbox transfers to you. Next on the list is the Training Bump. This chaotic item will launch anyone away from it at the point of impact, dealing 8% in damage. It will also interrupt you if you are in the middle of any animation or move, so watch out. You can even bounce items off of the bumper and re-grab them in midair. The bumper stays on screen for about half a minute. Next up is the Ice Spike. Similar to Edelus's mechanic of freezing the opponent, this item will freeze the opponent it gets thrown at for an even longer period of time. You can hit the opponent many times when they're in the ice. You can also plant it on the ground and walk into it from there. It can also be used to spike opponents, or they will freeze when hitting the ground from the air. Next up is the Crystal Ball. This item is similar to Olympia's mechanic of trapping someone in a crystal and hitting them. You can even throw the crystal down at the ground, and if they are grounded, they will become crystallized. Next up is the Collision Core. This is an item that deals a large amount of knockback, damage, and hit stun in a rotating ring around you. However, be careful. If the opponent parries the ring, ownership of how many cores are left is then transferred to them. Next up is the Caelan Orb. This orb is similar in function to Absa's down special, placing a ring of electricity around you, ready to explode. However, unlike Absa's down special, if there is no one directly near you when the orb is ready to explode, it will wait a little bit, or doing so.
Next up is the Gooplicator. This item is one that when thrown at an opponent,
Deals 3% of damage and a mild amount of knockback. When making contact with anything, even the ground, the Gooplicator will duplicate. Any one of these branched off pieces are able to be picked up and thrown again and subsequently duplicated. After some time, all pieces will explode. Next is the Stinky Cheese. This is a simple item that when thrown at an opponent deals a mild amount of damage and knockback, but more importantly a large amount of hit stun, giving you ample time to follow up after landing. Next is the Beehive. Beehive latches onto a player and deals 1% damage per tick, for a total of around 45% if left unchecked. Ownership of the Beehive can be transferred between players by hitting each other. Next is the Bomb Balloon. The Bomb Balloon is an item that attaches to a player when thrown. After about 8 seconds of waiting, the bomb explodes. If you have a bomb attached to you, you can transfer it to another player simply by hitting them, similar to the Beehive. Next up is the Tornado Toss. This is another pretty chaotic item. When thrown at the ground or at another player, a tornado is spawned. After about 7 seconds of waiting, the tornado damages both players and sends them flying upwards. While in the tornado, you are able to control where it goes. Due to its high vertical knockback, you could enter into a tornado, trap someone else inside, and carry them off the top to the blast zone if they're at a higher percentage. Next up is the Item Crate. It's a fairly simple item that when thrown and broken, spawns 3 random items onto the stage. Up next is the Platform Spawner. As the name implies, this item spawns a platform in mid-air once thrown for around 10 seconds. After those 10 seconds are up, the platform will fly up into the air. Be careful, if you stay on the platform, you will die. A neat trick is that if you grab the item and then drop it again with your grab button, it will spawn the platform instantly right under you. Next up is the Bomb. This explosive item detonates when thrown, or after a short period of time, even if you're holding onto it. You can also drop it with the grab button in midair, and it will stay primed on a platform, ready to blow up. Here comes the Boomerang. The Boomerang is an item that when thrown, comes right back at you. It can be grabbed on the way back. Its hitbox stops at the point where you initially threw it, even though the animation travels a little bit further. Here's the Floppy Fish. The fish is a simple throwable item that when thrown does some slight knockback and 5% in damage. The Golden Fish is a secret 21st item in the game only accessible by perfectly timing Slade's ledge special attack. When thrown, it deals more knockback than the normal fish, and spawns a couple of coins for Slade to pick up. Very familiar for anyone that played Shovel Knight in Rivals of Aether 1. And last but not least, we have the Phoenix Feather. This item will passively attach to you when picked up, and when you die it will revive you from the blast zone. Keep in mind, your percentage stays the same from when you died. It also restores your double jump and air dodge resources upon use. Alright, here's time for my tier list. I won't get too deep into the tier list discussion due to the video already being pretty long, so I'll just show my entire tier list on the screen and kinda just give a general justification for each section. The S tier section are all items that I would be willing to pick up and items I wouldn't want to turn off, given the chance. The Stinky Cheese is my definite favorite because of how satisfying it is to hit and combo off of, very similar to how a Peach in Melee might combo off of a Stitch Face. The Collision Core is also a really fun item due to the amount of hit lag you experience and how satisfying it is, similar to the cheese, to combo off of. I do enjoy the fact that there's a slight amount of risk since the opponent can also parry the core, and it is pretty predictable for the timing. The Drill, Crystal Ball, and Vine Ball are three of my favorite character mechanics that were turned into items that I feel were done really well. I love the unique take on Galvin's Drill always having a hitbox. Next, for the A tier, I have the first two items being the Gooplicator and the Ice Spike. These are two items that at first I really enjoyed them, however their gimmicks do get a little repetitive after a while. They're still really fun to use. I just felt myself always going for the Ice Spike and just hitting the same 5-hit Nair combo into a Tech Chase read, but they feel really nice. The platform item is just really fun to be creative with, and stage reshaping is always a cool concept in these kinds of games. Now that I look at it again, the B tier kind of either just stands for Bomb or for Boomerang, and then the fish is just there in the middle. These are all fairly destructive items, which I personally ended up not enjoying as much as time went on. Not that Chaos is something that's super annoying. Again, this is my own personal tier list, and I encourage others to have their own opinion as well on these items. The C tier is either items that I find a little too chaotic, like the Bumper, the Beehive, or the Tornado, or they're items that I'm not too sure of their place in the game. The Fruit Bowl to me is just an item that's used for healing, which is pretty simple. The Phoenix Feather is very unique in its idea, but it's not super fun to use like the items in the A or S tier. And then the crate is just the crate, it's nothing special. Overall, I'm really enjoying the changes that items can bring to the game, as something you can turn on and enjoy with others, similar to the casual stages that are also coming in this update as well. Thank you for watching the video all the way through. If you enjoyed this video, since I'm actually speaking in a video for once, please let me know. I welcome and appreciate all feedback. Take care!